Okay, 7 o'clock. Okay, call the meeting order at 7. First, on the agenda is the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, next, the approval of minutes.
Make a motion to approve the minutes.
I'll second motion. Motion made by Mr. Bass, seconded by Albert to approve the minutes. It's our last regularly scheduled meeting. Is there any discussion? Mrs. Riddell?
Yes.
Mrs. Paprocki?
Yes.
Mr. Krasinski?
Yes.
Mr. Pratt?
Yes.
Albert votes yes, passes 5-0. Next, the approval of claims. I'll make a motion we approve the claims since our last regularly scheduled meeting.
Second.
Motion made by Albert, seconded by Mrs. Riddell to approve the claims. Is there any discussion? Mrs. Riddell?
Yes.
Mrs. Paprocki?
Yes.
Mr. Krasinski?
Yes.
Mr. Pratt?
Yes.
Albert votes yes, passes 5-0. Next, utilities. You're on the air, Mr. Howell.
Thank you very much. The broken valve at Railroad Main Street was replaced this month. Adam did most of the organizing, getting everything put together. It went very well. We put a hydro stop in. The existing valves worked though. The existing valves to the south worked well. So we got it taken out. We did remove the valve that had broken. We did find it was within a half inch of being closed, but it ended up breaking. So we're going to do some more research, like I said last meeting. That valve was not typical of what we have, so typically you would know how many turns it takes to make sure a valve's closed. On these, it was just different. So we're gonna, at least we have the name and the model number of that valve. So we also discovered there's a section of old water main that was left in place. It's still pressurized on Main Street, west of Railroad Street. It's actually the Bubba shop is the only thing on there anymore. I'm not sure why it was left on. I have a suspicion that that was a line that was tied to the old well, and I was wondering if that was part of the reason why a long time ago it wasn't removed taken out of commission. So Adam's working at getting it dug up so we can move the service over to the from the shop over to the new main that's running down Main Street. So we'll look at that. Then we can pretty much just shut that main off with the valve. So that shouldn't be too bad. A lot of the valves has been located. Water Tower Place and Colder Road have been. Bryce is also working on the older part of town. Begin GIS, they'll do some of the locating, I think, next week, and after that, they've been doing quite a bit of the sanitary sewers too. So hopefully we get most of that done this next month. We did receive the parts from the damaged fire hydrant. Adam and Brett will be repairing it. We're waiting for the rep from Kennedy to come out and give them a hand and kind of direct that how it gets repaired. I spoke with the Kennedy rep today, or the guy from Ferguson, and he's looking into when he can get the guy available. We did contact the Troyer Group, who was contracted with the State Highway for the roundabout. We did get the water main located. I have been bugging them about getting it put on their print so it's accurate where it's at. I also asked them if they could overlay it on an aerial map so we can really see where it's at as it corresponds to the proposed roundabout. I'm really nervous that it will be in a spot we don't want it, so we really need to find that out. I guess the project manager from Troy Group said that they would look into it to get back with us, but I've emailed them several times, and the last time she finally got back with us. So, but I think it's really important we do that. We are going to be removing one of the high service pumps probably within a month and having it repaired or overhauled. So we'll be down to one high service pump during that time period. I think we'll probably be without it for about 2 weeks. Shouldn't be a big deal unless some catastrophic failure happens with the other high service pump. because only one will run at any one time anyway, so. Wastewater, we have not done anything with the North Clarifier. There's a robin's nest in it. I don't wanna kill the babies, so, we'll wait till they're out of that nest and then we'll turn it on and we'll get it, we'll check and make sure everything's, we'll check level and every plumb on it. The raw sewage pumps at the wastewater plant have dropped off in production. We've noticed this, we've seen the trend about the past 3 months. We had Superior pumping out last week. We noticed, there's considerable wear on both impellers, which I really don't understand why. I've talked to Gaspoda about that. It's their product. They're gonna come out and take a look at it. One of their questions was, well, what about grit? And I said, if there's grit, that means the grit collection system that isn't working right. But they're gonna take a look at it and see. So we're gonna, I should know more by next meeting. So, because the impellers they are not hardened impellers that were put on there. We can get them, but I'm really waiting to see. Talk to Gas a little further on that. One thing with the water plant, Bubba and his staff replaced the lighting in the water plant with LED lighting. And I don't know how much they saved the town, but it was a bunch.
Yeah.
And boy, it's a whole lot nice. I know that, and I can't imagine how much money is being saved by having those lights in there compared to the mercury vapor lights that were in there. So that was really a big deal to have that done. So the sludge bagging issues that we had last month, it seems to where they've subsided. I think our initial investigation on the grease that we were receiving at the plant has really caused a lot of problems with the bagging issues and the way the sludge dewaters and that in those bags. We haven't seen any grease, but hopefully we won't see any plugged up sewers that are completely full of grease either for a while. The discharge piping on one of the pumps of the Nash Finch lift station is cracked. We've contacted Superior Pumping Services to repair it. I'm not sure exactly if the flows at that lift station are going to increase. I'm not sure what's expected out there when they get into full production. I guess I'll throw this out there. There's 2 old pumps in there, so we may be seeing a little bit of, may have to buy a new pump sooner or later too. Because they've been sitting there, they haven't run very long. The air grinder pumps, we're getting prices on those, so we're going to be looking at some things that need to be done. But the one pipe is cracked, and they'll have to repair that. And then we've also been working with McMahon on the lift station improvements at the Westville Estates station. There is a possibility. At the last meeting, we looked at the old plant lift station. It could probably be used there. It's something that we'll consider. I'm guessing we may have to change the pumps on it though, but it's a possibility we could use it. It's really going to weigh into which is cheaper to try putting that one in. Because I think we're going to have to put some new support system and under that, because it's not the same size as the old one. So we'll just really have to look at it and see. So other than that, that's all I have.
Yeah. The next item on the agenda is the general engineering service agreement. Last month, you may remember we discussed approving a budget for McMahon to provide a specification and take us through the bid process to awarding the bid for cleaning and televising. We had a budget of $5,000 for them to get started. For like smaller projects, what McMahon asked us to consider is going into a general engineering service agreement. Basically, we would approve the amounts for smaller projects, say under 10K, for them to get started on in lieu of having a detailed proposal and individual contracts for smaller items for projects. I don't have, for me personally, I think it's a good idea because we can, if we have, well, one reason having a general engineering agreement in place, if we need them to come out and look at something specific on the plan, and it's an emergency, or say, it's a $2,500 project, something very small, maybe it's getting them involved in changing something up on a pump, it makes sense to have them in place. Because writing up a proposal can take time to approve. We're still gonna have to get it approved in the meeting, but I think it's just a quicker process. I don't know anyone, council thoughts. The way I look at this is similar to how we do the financial consulting, it's similar to how we use Doolin Group for the building inspections, probably similar to, with an attorney. We specify what we want them to do as a council, and then they perform that work. Way John said he does it with conservancy districts is basically when we tag a project, that cost goes to that project, so we can see how it's tracking. If it doesn't look like it's gonna work, we can always bail out of the agreement and go back to providing a full scope, or a detailed scope. And, but I just wanted to get your thoughts.
It's a way to hit the ground running on a small project.
Yeah, like the lift station, for instance, it's something like they were able to get kick-started on right away. Instead of taking a couple months for them to get all their paperwork and contracts in place, they can at least get running on it. Because with an engineering firm, they want to see the signed, a signed, executed contract every single time before they start a scope of work. And then in their office, that might take time. I don't know how every firm is different, though. So anybody have any thoughts on it?
I think it's a great idea to do it that way.
So with that, I'd like to make a motion to enter into a general engineering services agreement with McMahon. As you can see, as the rates are specified on the labor classification sheet.
So Tom, after this is, the motion is made, the second is made, approve it tonight, it could happen tomorrow?
Yes, that's why. Randy, what do you, we can enter it into
Something
this
that
right
we
away,
can,
couldn't
we
we?
can enter into immediately?
Meaning,
If we approve this tonight, then like tomorrow we have something come up, we can immediately,
right, it's, yeah,
Okay.
verbal approval given by the owner for each new project.
okay,
I mean, obviously, it's something that if you anticipate ahead of time, like I talked to Tom about, it'd probably be a good idea to ask them to give you an estimate as to what the cost is gonna be, so you can set up for it. Obviously, we're not gonna go above this amount. But I mean, I understand why they wanna do this too, because they don't wanna do formal contracts for, multiple small projects.
yeah.
And we could probably ask them to give us a quick scope quote, just on something simple, instead of, I guess, doing a verbal in the meeting, we could actually have them do like a little bit of a detailed
Right.
for the whole council to see.
Okay. Well, my thinking is that we need something that we use immediately.
So I'd like to make that motion to enter into the general service engineering agreement with McMahon Associates.
I'll second the motion. Motion made by Mr. Fast, seconded by Albert to enter into the general engineering services agreement with McMahon. Is there any discussion? Further questions? Mrs. Riddell?
Yes.
Mrs. Protowski?
Yes.
Mr. Shinsky? Yes. Mr. Fast?
Yes.
Albert votes yes, passes 5-0.
The next on the agenda is the GIS agreement. This is the formal agreement, that McMahon provided over, it has detailed scope. We discussed this in our March meeting, but since we have the actual agreement, wanted to get a formal approval from the council. We've already discussed the amounts, where those amounts are being charged. I wanted to make a motion that we enter into a agreement with McMahon Associates for the GIS services.
You made that a motion?
Yes.
I'll second the motion. Motion made by Mr. Fast, seconded by Albert to enter into McMahon with a GIS agreement. It was previously discussed. Are there any discussion or questions? Go ahead.
This data collection or data collection, approximately 60 days, mapping approximately 100 days. So this is going to be, how long will this be?
We're already started at our internal side on locating valves. We're getting close to having McMahon come out.
Yeah.
At first, we have to locate
Okay,
we have to do a lot of the legwork to keep costs down.
sure.
Our hope is we can come under budget. that's why our staff right now are going around before they bring the field NCOs personnel out to actually take their wand and mark all the valves.
Yeah.
We're
And then
doing,
they'll pinpoint them, then they take the stuff back and they put it on a print, and then they'll correlate it, and they'll get everything on an aerial photograph, and there's a lot of time-consuming things, but I think throughout the summer, we should be pretty.
So by fall, we would have some.
I think, I hope so.
Okay, thank
That'll
you,
be
thank you.
and
jumping up and down.
So when you find a valve where there's a foot of snow.
Yeah,
That's exactly right.
and that was the driving factor that it was when we had that major leak, not being able to locate valves underneath 4-foot frozen burns. So this is gonna be very helpful for that. And then just us having that on record for future projects that we do, it's gonna take away a lot of the preliminary engineering possibly.
Yep.
Because we're gonna know the pipe sizes, we're gonna know what's there, where it's actually at, not guessing off old drawings.
And even the sanitary sewer, and I have my eyes open a little bit on how many different manholes are out there, like on Main Street, that aren't sanitary, but there's a lot of assumptions they are. At least we'll start getting those, we'll know exactly what's sanitary and what's not, where the lines are going and that type of thing. And, this, eventually, I think this goes into figuring out where some of the storm sewers and all that are, as this moves down the road too. So I think it's gonna be a really, really good process, and there'll be some really good maps put together. And the one thing too is Tom went and got some of the mapping done that Dan Woodruff had done years ago, and that really helped a lot. I mean, it really helped a lot. Because I don't think a lot of people even know these things existed.
Yeah, it was all in CAD and
Yeah.
had the new maps.
Overlay.
We're discovering a lot of things, so.
And I'm glad we are, thank you, guys.
Any other questions? Well, Mrs. Riddell?
Yes.
Mrs. Gorski?
Yes.
Mr. Krasinski?
Yes.
Mr. Bath?
Yes.
Albert Wilson, yes, passes 5-0. Anything else on utilities? Streets?
This might be a thing, Mike.
Okay, I'll go ahead. Some of these aren't labeled, so I'm gonna open it all and we'll divide it up as we go. This is from Bill McMahon. And this is for the mower. This is for 2,100. This one is from Horizon, well, it says Horizon Bank, we'll see who it's from. It's also for the lawnmower. This is David Thomas, $763.
That's not his bid though, Mike.
Yeah, because they had to give us a
That's
check.
25%.
Yeah, 25%, and then,
Okay.
His bid should be on.
Okay, 3051 is the total amount. 25% is 762.75, and rounded it up. Unmarked. This is from Andrew Brenda. His bid is 4,600. He has a check for 1,500.
For the mower? Just the mower.
Yes, must be, doesn't have on here.
Yes, more.
Some more, okay.
You said 46.
Yes. This is for the tractor. This is from John, I hope I get the name right. Is that how it is, Keelan? Bid is $3,420. is from WA Recycling. The tractor zero turn is $2,100, and the dumpster is $750. Check for the full amounts are on here. The checks, $2,100 and $750. And that is it. So I'm guessing the only one we have for the dumpster is $750 WA. I wasn't writing down the amounts on the other ones, what's on the tractor.
The highest bid is $4,600
Okay,
from Andrew Brenda.
okay. So just a motion to sell.
Did I do them separately, one for the tractor?
Okay, I'll make a motion that we sell the dumpster to WA Recycling for $750.
Second.
Motion made by Albert, second by Mr. Pfaff to sell the dumpster to WA Recycling. $750. Any discussion? Mrs. Riddell?
Yes.
Mrs. Forsky?
Yes.
Mr. Krasinski?
Yes.
Mr. Pfaff?
Yes.
I will vote yes, passes 5-0. And the, Andrew Brenda, you said?
Yes.
I make a motion that we sell the zero turn radius tractor to Andrew Brenda for the amount of $4,600.
Second.
Motion made by Albert, seconded by Mr. Shinsky to sell the zero turn radius to Andrew Brenda for $4,600. Is there any discussion? Mrs. Riddell?
Yes.
Mrs. Forsky? Mr. Shinsky?
Yes.
Mr. Pfaff?
Yes.
I will vote yes, passes 5-0. And we return these to,
And I think the notice that they had until Friday to pay the balance and pick up their winnings.
okay.
Okay, trade it in.
Anything else on streets?
I have a question.
Sure.
Now, does that money go back into the general fund, or does it go back into the local roads? I mean,
No, it
street
just goes in,
department?
it goes in the MVH fund, and if you want to use that for something else, we'll have to go for an additional appropriation.
Okay. Parks.
Actually, yeah, okay.
Up.
Hey, evening.
How you
My
doing?
name's Fritz Gordon. I'm the business manager over at UPS, right down the road. And really what we're looking to do is get some community involvement. And Clay's been working really hard talking to some folks around here, and it seems like there's some interest. And we were looking to have kind of like a fair or a wellness type of a, not really a festival, but more like a gathering, I guess, down at the Ball Diamond. And really to bring awareness. You know, UPS piece would be safety. You know, we're all about in a lot of different communities. You know, sometimes we go through, especially in the summertime when the kids are around, weather gets nicer, people like to take a look around, and if we get a little bit too close to the trucks, this would give folks an opportunity to maybe see, to disperse some of the curiosity, but it could also give us an opportunity to set stuff up to see what we can't see when we're moving our vehicles around the neighborhoods. The issue that we're dealing with is that we cannot be the sponsor. So I'm looking for some help here from the town to maybe be the sponsor, and we could be the steam that gets the engine rolling, you know, and do a lot of the organization. I just can't, as a company, it's a lot of red tape and difficult for me to really assume the responsibility as a sponsor for something like this. But I do see a lot of the benefit, and like I said, we would do a lot of the legwork to help get this thing in motion. And then if it were to be successful, it's something that I could see us carrying on for years down the road. It could grow into different things as well. So.
And you were talking about out at Prairie Meadow, right? Out there.
Yeah.
Have you, I think you've been in contact with someone here, or just the clerk's office, or you're just kind of doing?
Talk to Tom.
Tom, okay.
My opinion on, so like, with the town, we have a little bit of red tape too. Wouldn't you say, Randy, with, like, we can be supportive of the event, we can help with, like, you know, like the charge of the possibly the charge of the park or something for something like this, and safety, and if it, you mentioned bringing even the fire department, police.
They're interested, the,
Yeah.
police department's interested, the fire department, I've talked to, even, county EMS, they're interested. We just want people to, we get hit a lot while we're parked on the road.
Yeah.
We want people to, you know, help them understand what we do when we drive. That would be part of our display.
What kind of liability? I think that's what I did, who would hold liability?
Well, I mean, if I'm understanding what you're proposing, Valparaiso does something similar to this. They did it a couple of weeks ago. They have kind of like a big truck type event around Central Park Plaza where, you know, the fire department's out there, companies who have large trucks are out there, so people and kids can come and take a look at the trucks, kind of demystifies the trucks, but they're still mystified by the fact that they're buying this big equipment. I don't know who sponsors that event for them, whether or not it's done by Valparaiso Festivals or is not done by Valparaiso Festivals. But yeah, certainly, if the town's gonna sponsor something, then there's always the issues with regard to making sure you have insurance coverage and liability issues. If somebody climbs up on something, falls down, gets hurt, all of those things that, you know, potentially can happen in those situations. So, yeah, I mean, there would be some things we'd have to consider.
I wonder if we should look into how they set theirs up. I was wondering if it'd be easier to do like if there'd be a nonprofit in town that could put them under their umbrella. That'd be interesting in helping. I don't know if it'd be if we could do it, you know, I would be glad to look at it, but I don't know what the red tape would be, or would it be better to have like.
How would that work then? If you said, say they climbed up into a truck and fell, would each unit, whoever's out there, have to provide their own POI in that instance? To cover
Well,
that?
it's kind of hard because you have so many different organizations potentially bringing things out there. That's why I'm not sure what umbrella they're doing it in Valparaiso. I think maybe the suggestion I would have for you is because they're doing something very, very similar to this. Am I right with what you're talking about? Is that concept
We
similar
wanna
to what you're?
do that and then look at the food festival as well. So we want the local businesses that have restaurants to be involved. The grocery store owner wants to do like a rib festival. But we gotta talk to him more about, to understand what he wants exactly. It's just a place to bring everybody together and then learn something too. So learn about, marking your houses, because we can't find you. You know, the police can't find you, we can't find you.
I think that's much easier if you have an overlying umbrella organization running that, like you have with the Pumpkin Festival or some of these other festivals where they are the umbrella organization. They're then providing the insurance coverage and naming the town as the additional insured to make sure that there's coverage to handle the event. So, because now that's a little bit more multifaceted than just what they do in Valpo with the trucks.
And one, it may be, you know, the Chamber of Commerce may be a good one to, yeah, that's, I think they would be very interested. And then also, you know, you got TriCap runs the Pumpkin Festival. Is the other group I know. I don't know if there's other nonprofits in Westville too that may have interest, but the Chamber of Commerce, they're doing the Market on Main here I mean, they're having experience kind of with the umbrella insurance and kind of that type of festival. But I think there's food vendors, there's tons of vendors there, so they have experience in that too. But then TriCappa too, they're doing the Pumpkin Fest and they have several hundred, tons of vendors there. So.
But I'd contact Valpo too, and I start with Valpo Events and ask them who does that event for them, because it was just within the last couple of weeks that they did do that.
Okay.
It's kind of a neat thing.
Are you looking at like the fall? I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah.
so it's not 700 degrees out there.
And we don't want to get.
When I just said, Little League, they play till fair time, so that week, they're taking out every weekend out there, so it has to be after the fair.
So, like August,
Yeah,
early
whenever.
September.
Fair zone.
That might not be bad when schools starting up.
Probably get some PR through the school too.
We could talk to the school, about bringing a bus down.
Yeah.
She didn't sound very interested in it, but she might have just been, busy, I don't know.
Like school buses have the same problem.
We thought it would be a good idea.
I think it's a great idea. I think it can happen. I think we get, and I mean, I'd be willing, I think I would be willing to, we can get together maybe after the meeting, kind of brainstorm some more ideas too on this. Cause I think it can work. I think as a council member, I'd be definitely glad to help in any way the town can, whatever be.
You guys are supporting the fire department.
Oh, yeah, we're definitely interested, I know Darren would be too. Just a simple, we can take a squad car out there just to notify people, hey, when you see these blinky lights and sirens, move over. Don't just stop. And then they have to follow.
It's usually UPS truck, stopping right in front of you.
But no, it could be simple but effective, and we just have to figure out who can sponsor it.
Yeah.
For liability.
Lori was just saying there was a lot of other organizations too that might wanna be a part of it.
National
Fall under
safety
their-
organizations that
Yeah.
might be able to help us out, yeah, I agree. Talk to Tri-Kappa, they seem to know quite a bit of people.
Lori was just mentioning the Lions Club and the
Oh,
auxiliary.
Yeah.
They thought they might be willing to be
Yeah.
the sponsor or something like that. I know the Lions Club does a lot.
Right, that's, yeah.
The
Think about
auxiliary
that.
for the Legion.
Rotary Club or something.
It may end up being quite an event.
Yeah, well,
Yeah, I could
Lions
do one.
Club, Rotary Club.
Yeah, I could do a name for
We
Ken
were
Dow.
talking to somebody
Yeah.
else a whole lot.
Yeah.
I think there could be, like you mentioned, a lot of people may get involved in this, so I think a lot of different organizations are gonna see an opportunity to take part. I don't think anybody, I think if they're part of this area and they're interested, I think they'll.
I also think the community would be excited to see UPS out and about, because you are a big business in
We're
our
here
community.
and we're pretty quiet.
You're very quiet, yes, I agree, yeah.
We don't wanna charge anybody to be part of this.
Right, right.
So, if you wanted to set up booth up,
Mhm.
just let us know and we will map out the park and give you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Talk to Tom and Olga after the meeting, and you guys get contact information, because I think it is a great idea.
Yep.
Birchfield Memorial.
Yeah, that's me. Usually, every year they have the Birch Bike Ride, and you guys let them block off Plain Street, the council does for their, that Saturday or whatever they have it on. This year they're having it on July 27th. They're requesting to do the same thing this year, blocking off the street, but they want to see if they can move it to Main Street instead of Plain Street, because they've had some issues with the other business, and they want to not be able to block the businesses. This way, they want me to block it from Ridge to Plain only, little section in there.
Oh, the hill?
Yeah, the hill. And they'll put a tent out front of the Blackhawk, which they already got all the excise, and they talk to their neighbors, everybody says it's okay to do it. It's up to you guys to see if we can do it that way. It'd be easier for me, instead of blocking off all the alleys and the businesses, we just block off Main Street. Only thing is, the tent, they can't take it down till Sunday morning. But I got some lighted barricades I can put up, so.
Okay.
It's up to the council to approve
Okay,
it.
we'll throw it on you now. You okay with the police?
I think that'd be all right, 'cause there's multiple egress ways we can get around if there's an emergency, so I don't see a problem with it. And if they wanna have a little station on the gravel, just in case there's a medical emergency or something like that, we can get in there. Should be easy enough.
I'll make a motion that we allow them to block off Main between Ridge and Plain on the 27th, and the tent can stay there till 28th.
Yeah.
Motion made, Albert, second by Mrs. Riddell. Any discussion? Mrs. Riddell?
Yes.
Mrs. Gorski? Mr. Shosky?
Yes.
Mr. Bath? Yes. Albert votes yes, passes 5-0.
Well, I don't know, thanks.
Okay, thanks. Police?
All right, my turn.
Time's up.
All right, we are definitely on track for over 5,000 calls for service this year. The month of April, 509 calls for service, 69 traffic stops, including that. Reckless driving, suspicious activities, all the good stuff. 119 business checks, 156 community policing activities. A lot of assisting county and other agencies in our area for multiple things. And a boatload of other stuff. That is all for me.
How's it being at the helm?
I'm, ready for Darren to get back.
Thanks.
I think someone else is too.
Yes, I am.
I think that's someone else. I know you've been some, Mike.
Somebody to talk to,
Right.
protect me.
Right. You've
Um,
got to start from her.
next is, I have on here generator. I got a quote from Current Electric and for the generator at the police station. And we voted last month to consolidate the 3 electric meters. This includes a generator and consolidating the 3 gas services into one. Reason it's separate, the requirements for a generator on a gas line because they're natural gas fired generators. So we got the quote. What kind of adds to throws a wrench in the works is all the electric at our new building is 3-phase electric rather than typically single phase. So the cost, I'll go this quick, because the cost is $18,890 and includes the generator would be on the east side of the building, but running the gas, consolidating the gas services. I did contact NIPSCO. We're going to have a bigger meter. The gas line running in there should be adequate, and there will be no cost to the town for the new meter, and if they do have to run the gas line. So that, I talked to the engineer from NIPSCO the other day. And also, there's an additional warranty they're giving us, which is a 5-year extended warranty. But what I'd like to do is to table this right now. Lori and I have gone through the budget and moving money around, and then plus the proceeds of the sale of the building and building a garage. We'll see how much money we have left over from that to go towards the generator. So we don't know how much money we'll have to move around right now. We do have money to make it happen, but just don't know where we're doing it yet. So that leads me, I'll report on the garage real quick too. We're gonna build a garage at the police station, and I was talking to one of the concrete guys, and he said, if you build a pole building, it's gonna be a lot cheaper from the standpoint is you're not gonna put a footing in, a poured wall foundation. Basically, you're gonna have a building, and the base of the building will be the form and put concrete. It's gonna be a lot more cost effective from the concrete. Concrete is expensive. So I kind of switch directions on that. You can have a pole building built that looks just like a garage. It's not a steel building, but it looks like a garage. You can put vinyl siding on everything. So I've kind of changed my course to do that. So hopefully I'll have some numbers for you on that. Other than that, the police renovation was a lot easier than this garage has been, but that's where we're at. Hopefully, I definitely will have something by the June meeting, but if something comes up beforehand, we see we can do something with the generator before that. If we have a special meeting, we'll take care of it then. So I just wanted to get everybody up to speed on it, and I think the generator is very important to have for the police station. And, Regina and I have gone through a lot of this stuff. I've reported her on everything we've done. So that's where we're at on the garage and generator. So I know a lot, but I don't know enough on it right now. That makes sense. So if there are any questions or anything on it, that's where we're at. I don't think we have anything else under police that covers that. Finance, nothing really. Do you have any, have you talked to the PRP?
People got an email asking for a detailed explanation.
No, they're back. Okay.
Monday.
Excellent. Here's something we'll report to everybody. Anything else under finance? Miscellaneous, we have ordinance 2019-1. It's an ordinance in the town of Westville, Port County, Indiana, amending ordinance 2002-12 entitled An Ordinance Establishing a Building Code and Building Regulations for the Town of Westville, LaPorte County, Indiana. You wanna just go over this real quick?
The current building code, which was done back in 2002, set out insurance requirements for contractors' permits. It's been a while. It was looked at Lori and Charlie Ray's request. They met with Debbie Blake, the representatives of Bliss, to come up with their recommendations regarding what the policy limits and the type of insurance that should be required of contractors. So this increases the amount of insurance that would be required of contractors seeking contractor permits within the town, and takes out any bond requirements. So it increases general liability limits to $1 million per occurrence, automobile liability to $1 million, and then employer's liability to $100,000, $500,000, and obviously workers' comp is statutory. So that is basically what the ordinance does, is it increases the required policy limits for contractors.
Unless there's objection, I'll read it by title only, rather than read the ordinance. I will make a motion that we approve ordinance 2019-1 on the first reading. Motion made by Albert, seconded by Mr. Bashinsky, to approve ordinance 2019-1 on the first reading. Is there any discussion? Mrs. Riddell?
Yes.
Mr. Forsky? Mr. Bashinsky?
Yes.
Mr. Bass? Yes. Albert votes yes, passes 5-0. Do you want to wait a month, or is this something we need to, it's up to you.
I'll make a motion to suspend the rules.
Okay. Second motion. Okay, motion made by Mrs. Riddell, second by Mr. Pfaff, to suspend the rules and adopt ordinance 2019-1. Is there any discussion? Mrs. Riddell?
Yes.
Mr. Forsky? Mrs. Forsky? Mr. Bashinsky?
Yes.
Mr. Pfaff? Yes. Albert votes yes, passes 5-0. Anything else on miscellaneous? Citizens' comments? Anything else? Yes, sir.
I have a question, I don't know if I'm in the right spot. About 6 months ago, our sign was creamed by a truck, and it has got slabs of concrete that are unstable in the subdivision full of children, and it hasn't been cleaned up, hasn't been fixed, and nobody seems to know what is going on with it.
Well, that is not our sign, but.
But I don't know how the people who were in charge of it apparently moved out of state and now live in Arizona and have nothing to do with it.
No, we just got told that they were getting ready to redo the sign, and they're gonna take them pine trees and everything out of there.
Because
Talked to the guy last week.
my concern is there was children playing by it the other day, and as unstable as that concrete piece is, I'd hate to see the children, let alone mine, get hurt.
John Calder is the one that's in charge of it.
Okay, they're gonna do it then.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yep, thank you. Anything else? I will make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
Motion made by Albert, seconded by Mrs. Riddell to adjourn. Any discussion? All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Being none, meeting adjourns at 7:43.
Yeah.